Okay. I think I might be live. It says that I'm live. Let's see here. Green checks all around. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank y'all once again for tuning in to another edition of the Culture Corner with your one and only host, JD John Amun. It's been a long time. It's been a long ass time. I had to take some time off of me and just kind of move forward with some things that I got cooking up. So I'm really glad and thankful that I have this opportunity and this platform to come back to, and how my message is going to be shared and displayed to people that can really benefit from it. So definitely want to thank whoever is tuning in across the cosmos, whoever is tuning in right now. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight is a unique episode because I'm coming back after taking a month off. Right, I had a lot of growing to do, and one of the biggest things that I was focusing on was focusing on my business, right, and focusing on who I am as a person, trying to make sure that I am aligned with what I am moving forward with. So because of that, I had to take a step back from the scenes, get my mental health in check, make sure I'm right with me, finding what's wrong, what's finding out what's good with me, right? Making sure that I'm grounded because I cannot run anything. I cannot be the head of anything as far as I say a business, something that represents me if I don't know who I am. And that's one thing that I definitely had to do. So so the move for tonight is just straight instrumentals. We just doing drill beats, just straight drill beats tonight. So tonight is a move. Um, so we have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of topics that we're going to hit on, and also as well, I'm going to start off with the first one. It's official, right? So I'm talking about my business and this, that, and the third, but I am officially launching my own podcast for my business. So I'm actually going to be doing two. I'm going to be doing a podcast for the Coastal Corner and also the podcast for In Ritual. Now, these two align with who I am. In Ritual is my own personal brand, and with this company, it stands for mental health. It is to help men and fathers align with themselves on their journey to becoming who they are, and anyone can benefit from what I post, what I talk about, my products that are coming soon, the website that's up and coming, that's in the current stages of the early stages and it's under construction. Everybody can benefit from this because if the man is able to stand strong, then he is able to lead anybody and everyone that follows him. Not saying that men are the only ones that can lead, but right now in the world that we live in, it is beneficial for the man to stand up because he is the provider, the protector, and he is the one that is dominant to to stand whole and stand strong when it comes to his home. So this way, this allows the woman to stand in her natural femininity and to nurture and to just be exactly who she needs to be. So my goal is to help men step back into their own divinity, and of course that starts with me. If I can't do it with myself, then I can't talk to anybody else about their journey. I can't help them. I can't do nothing. So that is my goal, and that's why I had to take a step back to make sure that I was doing what was necessary for me. So starting next week, I will be launching my podcast within Ritual. It is on my own YouTube channel. It's actually now, this is actually on all three platforms. This is on the Speakeasy page, my page, and also the Ritual YouTube page. So definitely check it out. I'll be posting that later on. And one second. Oh, and and also too, that's just something that I've been really working on for myself, and I'm super proud of what I've accomplished, and and I'm proud to say that I'm able to move forward with the next stages. So hopefully, not hopefully, but this will be something really big. It'll start to generate something great for me, and anybody that's in my circle would definitely benefit from it too. So, so tonight is the relaunching of the Culture Corner, and the long-awaited announcement of my own platform, which is going to be a ritual, which will be on my YouTube channel as well. Um, but tonight we're going to be talking about, just some things. I like to stir things up. I like to get people in their feelings sometimes. But that's how you win, right? That's how you win is when you start to stir up the pot. Um, Raven and Ritual. Oh, baby, appreciate it. Love it. Appreciate the support. You've definitely been my day one. Thank you so much. Um, so the next topic is going to be the child support debate, right? I saw a video on Instagram. It was floating around. It kind of went viral, and then I posted it to Facebook, and I got some feedback on that. So I thought it was a pretty interesting topic to talk about, right? So the child support debate. The woman, she is well, I don't know her sexual preference, but she seemed as though that she. I'm not going to assume her sexual preference. I ain't going to do that. But this woman was on Instagram, and it got posted to I think the Spiritual World. That's a popular Instagram page, and this woman was saying that the reason why men don't like to pay child support is because they don't have access to the woman that they were having sex with, and now because they no longer have access to her and they no longer are having sex with her, then they don't feel responsible for paying child support to her, something along those lines. And I can truthfully say that that's one side of the coin for some people. Not everybody has that situation. A lot of the reasons why child support, I believe, is sometimes offensive to some men, not all men, men that that align with me, is because you are being pushed in a direction that is not the actual best interest of you and the relationship with your child. So being able to pay for your child and be there for your child is without question something that you have to do. As a father, you have to provide, you have to be there for your child no matter what. Your child takes priority over you. But sometimes when it comes to child support or these relationships between these parents, it is so toxic that the child does nothing but suffer. And I can truthfully say that if you do not want to put your child before you when it comes to fulfilling the needs of them, then you are not doing the best for your child. You always have to, of course, prioritize yourself, do what's best for you, make sure your mental health and your emotional health and your spiritual health are all aligned, physical health too. But if you are not able to love your child more than you love yourself, if you're not able to to say that, hey, I need to do what's best for my child in this moment, it's not about the money. What about the relationship with the father? These things. Then that's when that debate, that's when you need to start questioning. But however you raise your child is however you raise your child. You do what you do. That's your thing. Because that's the path that you have to walk. That's your journey. But I know for me and mine, when it comes to my child, I prioritize my needs, but I also prioritize hers. She is the most important. And learning how to have a great balance, learning how to balance the two is so crucial when it comes to being a good parent. So I think when it comes to this debate, it is not about the woman, it's about the child. What is in the best interest? What is in the best interest of the child? Some women take the money and they don't use it for the child. They just use the money for whatever. And the child still suffers. But there's also a lot of things that go into that. A lot of things that go into that. So it's not this statement opens up a can of worms to so many different things within this conversation. Because you have some women that need this money because they aren't making enough money for themselves. Because still women still now are still underpaid, definitely undervalued. So it's a combination of so many factors. But I think the most important thing is as long as you are putting the needs of your child first and you are learning to co-parent together in a healthy way, then that's really all that matters. Whatever happens in your personal life is whatever happens. So just learn to do what's best for you, and also learn to be able to prioritize the needs of your child. And once you do that, then what you are looking for in your life will simply align with each other. No matter what, you will fall into alignment. It is better to be aligned than to manifest. Alignment over manifest. You cannot manifest the things you need if you are not in alignment with what you need. How are you able to manifest if you don't know what you're doing with your own life? Those two things. But but honestly, I think when it comes just to tie up that, I think it's just crazy to make a statement like that. Because the men that I know in my life and in my circle, they're damn good fathers, and I know for sure when it comes to them, they look after they they look after their children. From what I'm able to tell, of course, what happens behind closed doors is what happens behind closed doors. But I know these men definitely look after their children. Um, Raven, she says, "I'm so proud of you. Thanks, baby." And she also says that if both people are working for the best interest of the child, alignment comes naturally. Absolutely, absolutely. If both parents are working for the benefit of the child and they are aligned in that aspect, then yes, without the shadow of a doubt, that child is definitely going to to benefit, flourish, and thrive. And that's what we want as parents. We want our children to live better lives than what we have lived. Because that's how we continue our legacy. That's how it grows. That's how we separate ourselves from surviving and thriving through trauma or living through trauma. So I think it's very important. Thank you for that comment. Alignment. Alignment over manifestation. Walk in your purpose before you say that you're doing something on purpose. Know what you're doing before you try to figure anything else out. So that's what I had to do. I had to take a complete step back from the life that I was living to find what I needed to be aligned with so I can walk in my purpose, be in my purpose, embody that. And once I did, then everything just started to come together. It just started to click in ways that I never thought possible. So where I am now, I did not think that I would be here a year ago. But I've grown so much. I've become a man that last year wouldn't even recognize. And that's why growth is so important. Being able to move in the right direction, to move forward, and to really lean into what you need, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. Because when you are happy, everybody around you, if they love you truthfully, genuinely, they are naturally happy. They are going to be happy for you, or just happy, because you bring that energy. You help them raise their own awareness when you yourself are aware. That's just period. So I'm learning. I'm learning how to protect myself when I'm walking into spaces. I'm just learned that today. Me and Raven, we were watching Billy Carson and 19 Keys, watching his podcast, and seeing how they were just talking about energy and fields and auras. And this is actually proven to be scientific, that you are able to emit a certain energy, your personality, your persona, your aura. You're able to project that into any space that you enter. And it's also a way that you can protect yourself. So by doing so, you walk in with purpose. But before you do that, you have to be aligned. Know what you want. Know what you want. And also by knowing what you want, that helps you operate in your own natural state of being. Are you living in your own state of being? Are you like your natural state? So that question, when I think about this question, I think about my everyday life. When you get up and go to work, you might work a 9 to 5. 9 to 5, you might get up at 8 o'clock, have to be working 9. 9 to 5, and after you get off work, you might go to the gym. go out to dinner, might do this or that, and then once you wrap up your evening, it's time to go to bed. You went all over again, and then you have your 2 days off, your weekends or whatever your days off are. During that time that you are not at work, how are you truthfully creating your own natural state of being, like where you are really able to be your optimal self, like your most happiest self? Most of us can't, to be honest with you. That's why when everything hit in 2020, when everything changed in 2020, that's why people started quitting their jobs. Millions of people either got fired, of course they were laid off, but most quit. Most of them say, I'm done with this. A 9 to 5, it doesn't serve me. It's not worth it. That's why over the last few years, the uprise of tiny homes have come about. People being nomads. I literally have seen hundreds of TikTok videos where people just living in their cars. I mean, these people ain't got kids. Well, maybe some do, but them single living in their cars because they're nomads. They're nomads. And think about it. Someone has chosen to live in their car, to or to live in this tiny home and just kind of just travel the country, and they are the happiest they can be. And they're working remotely and getting paid. I don't know about y'all, but that shit crazy. When I go on YouTube and I see these streamers vlogging about their lives and stuff like that, these people, based off of their views and their accounts, they're making thousands of dollars. And they ain't doing shit. They ain't doing a damn thing. For us, we're going to these 9 to 5s or whatever and busting on ass. And having just a few little hours in the day to focus on what we want in breaks, like in between breaks, between meetings, between clients, customers, whatever you want to call them. And then our lunch break, we get an hour or whatever. And after you get off work, you have to kind of squeeze, you have to consolidate your dreams and ambitions into. That's not a life that I want to live. That's not a life that serves me anymore. I don't know about you, but it doesn't serve me anymore. So seeing things like that helped me understand that I myself was not living in my own natural state. Because when you are dealing with things such as mental health, when you suffer from ADHD, or you're stressed out, like Rod is saying, from the child support to pay, when stress enters your life, it is literally saying to you, you are going in the wrong direction. Stress is an alarm. It helps you see, or its purpose is to help you understand that you are not aligned with what you need to be aligned with. That could be anything, whatever it is. You are not aligned with your purpose. That's why stress enters your life. And it's supposed to help you turn around and go in the right direction. Once you do that, then you can move where you need to move. But understanding what that stress is and going to the source, that's how you solve it. So there are several of Americans, or really just several adults, or some, whatever. They are diagnosed with ADHD, and what that looks like in grown-ups is also one of the reasons why there are so many failed relationships, so many dysfunctional environments, so much chaos in the workplaces, a lot of things. Because we are, one, being overstimulated by the content we consume from social media, entertainment, and overall the work environments that we spend most of our time in do not protect our own mental health. So when it comes to being in your own natural state, think about what that means for you. That translates That translates into, does this environment that I am operating in a daily capacity bring me joy? Do I feel joy when I am going to work, or when I'm doing this, or when I'm doing that? And if not, how can I change it? How can you change it? How can you change that part of yourself? How can you change that life for you? Because all it takes is one decision. We are all one decision away from a completely different life. And once we tap into that decision, that purpose, everything feeds everything feeds into that. The universe, God, whatever you want to call it, source, feeds that direction. Because it doesn't know the difference between good and bad energy. It's just energy. What energy are you feeding to yourself to move in that direction, period? Once you decide that I'm going to be better for myself, that's it. The gloves are off. I'm moving. And that's the way that it has to be if you want to move in that direction. If you don't, then you don't. Accept where you are and just learn to be happy with that. But if you aren't happy, move in that direction. Just get up and go. So the natural state is, does this state make you happy? And if it doesn't, what are we doing to move? What are we doing to move? Because the body emotion stays emotion. That's the most important thing to remember. When you are moving, exercising, when you're into your body, when you're one with your body, things are different, completely different. So, but that's one thing that I had to figure out over the last month. I had to figure out how I could move into a more natural state of being. How can I be better for me? How can I be happy for me? How can I be a better father, a better partner, a better man, period? How can I be better? And after I learned how to do that, it was over and done. It was over and done. So now I'm moving in the best direction I ever have been in my entire life. And now I'm understanding more of what makes me happy. Not to a very precise statement, and that's what I'm working on, but an overall feeling of what I'm doing makes me happy. Working on my business, that makes me happy. Reaching out to people, changing people's lives, that makes me happy. Working with colleagues that I've known for years, and us building a business together makes me happy. Learning and growing makes me happy. These things. If my environment is not creating that reality, then that's not the reality I need. That's not the reality I want. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going. But like I said, I am super excited for next week. Finally launching in Ritual. This has been a long time coming. This has been something that I've been working on for a long time. And I'm so glad that that the opportunity is here. And as time goes on, it'll just continue to grow. And I'm very excited for everybody that has been with me since day one along this journey, the people that got on recently, and I'm very excited to reach the ones that I haven't reached yet. That's going to be super dope. Building and growing together. So I got my page up. It's in Ritual. And I also have the group up in Ritual. It's a discussion group. So chime in, post. We talk about mental health. We talk about spirituality. And we talk about sex. All that. All that. So we are talking about a lot of things in there, and a lot of things that focus around not just the personal relationships where they are romantic, but just also the relationship you have with yourself. So this is content that's going to help men and fathers, but this is going to help everybody. It is directed at men and fathers, but it's going to help everybody. So, but the show, I'm just going to wrap up for tonight. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I want to get on and just holler at y'all and just let y'all know that I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? I just had to take a step back, but I think I want to thank the admin, CJ and Ron, for holding down the culture corner while I kind of took a step back. And they've always done that. They've always been there to help with the group, and I truly do appreciate that. I really do appreciate the love that they have poured into that group, and I definitely appreciate my brothers, like for real. Um, but want to end the show with affirmation of the week, and I'll post this immediately after. And the affirmation of the week is define your destiny. Whatever your destiny is, you have to decide what that is. You make it whatever it is. You cannot live your life based on what other people say or what you've been told to do or what family you've grown up into, what legacy they're passing down to you. We want to leave a legacy to our kids, but we also want to leave a legacy that they can develop into their own. They embody our legacy and create something even better, stronger, and something that is able to last longer. So you define what's best for you in your life. You define what you need. You define your destiny. And once you do, don't ever turn back. Don't ever look back. Always make sure that you have two voices in your head, the God and the gremlin. The gremlin is always going to tell you to not do something, always going to put you down. It's always going to make sure that you never get up. But the God in you is always going to pick you up. It's always going to move you forward. Oh, yeah. I'm on StreamYard, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I can invite you. 1 second, bro. One second. Ron, I'm about to send this to your messenger. All right, 1 second. All right. Yo, I just sent it to your messenger. Log on if you can. All right. All right, Ron. Just send it to your messenger. If you want to link up. Because your boy was about to leave. Let's see. Marcus Red. So yeah. Just when it comes to defining your destiny, make sure that you are actually doing that. You are doing what's best for you. Because if you cannot define your destiny, then you won't be able to move in the direction that suits you best. You won't be able to move in the way that you need to move for not only just yourself but also your people. So, Ron, I sent you the link. Link up, my boy, because your boy about to log off. But yeah, as we wait on Ron, that's definitely something. That I had to figure out. And I realized that I was living a life that was given to me ever since I was a child, and I've been a grown man for so long now. So when I finally was able to understand and start to relearn or unlearn and relearn, that's when the motivation really kicked in. That's when I really started moving in the right direction. And even though I still struggle with some things, such as I still struggle with self-doubt or self-confidence, I'm still able to listen to the God within. And when the God within shows up, God shows out. And that's what you tap into. That's what you tap into. Let's see, podcast. All right. Well, while I was waiting on Ron. 'To join. 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 ' was waiting on Ron to join, but I guess for some reason it's not letting him join the Zoom. But it's all good. Wait a minute.
We done stepped it up big time around here.
Wait a minute. Boy, my boy got them braids. What? Oh.
We done moved on the StreamYard, doing it bigger and better. And the culture corner, baby.
Ooh, my boy got no braids, boy. I can't fuck with you, boy. I can't even hold you, my boy.
I'm trying. You know, it's Hot King Summers.
My boy got on the beach shirt, boy. I don't know where he going, but he going somewhere. All right. I don't know where he going, but he going somewhere. What's
I'm just
good,
here
boy?
for the vibes. Here for the vibes.
What's
How
up?
you been?
Oh man, I've been good, bro. Just had to catch up on life, man. I had to fix some things, truthfully, and you know, I had to take a lot of time off. I had to fall all the way back. So over the last month, I got into therapy. Finally got a therapist. Got a physical and all that, seeing a doctor. Started looking into my own health. And now, you know, I'm finally launching in Ritual, which is something I know that's something I've been working on for some time, and finally landed what I needed to do. So, like I said, my focus is to focus on men and fathers. These two. By focusing on men and fathers, you focus on everybody else. And I know off the conversations me and you have had, I know this is something that is not only going to help me, but help people that need a message like this. And it all started because of the culture corner. This shit jumped me off, you know. So, I was saying that when I took that time off, it was you and CJ still posted in the group. So that's one thing that I definitely appreciate, because boy, I had to fall all the way back.
Right. And it be like that sometimes. Like you said, strength in numbers. You come back even stronger. We was trying our best. You done started. Finally got your company up and started doing bigger and better things.
Shit.
Shout out to the UDA doing some things with us. You all over the map now. I'm sitting here thinking about the interview, the last one we all did when it was me, you, Sunshine, and CJ.
Yeah, that was
2022, and she just was like, "This is the year of elevation. We all just gonna keep going and taking off, and that's all we keep doing." I'm like, she spoke that into existence. Yeah.
I remember that interview, man. I was sick as a dog. I remember that
interview.
Whew. But yeah, man. It's just 2022, man. It's just a time to expand. You know what I'm saying? It's a time to grow, and it's a time to take our platforms to the next step, to the next stage. And what's happening with the speakeasy? What's happening with all the podcasts, with all the branches? They're constantly growing, and I felt as though that if I want to grow, and if I want to do what's best for me, then I need to figure out what's best for me, because I can't allow my mental health to suffer, and I have to stay present. So when I started doing that, that's when everything started changing. Everything started changing when I said, you know what, fuck this. I'm present. I have to fix me. And actually it happened after our last actual conversation. You remember our last conversation. The last conversation we had, that's when it helped me see some things that I needed to focus on. And I knew that being in a relationship with Raven, being in a healthy relationship, I can't be who I need to be if I'm not healthy for me. I can't even be a dad if I'm not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even be a dad if I can't Can't stand up and be a man for myself. So it's been a lot of work, bro. It's been a lot of fucking work.
Shout out Ursh. I see you playing peekaboo. Don't think you can just sneak in here.
You talking about Rod? You talking about Rod over there looking like the eyes of Rod over there looking like the eyes of Ron. Ron over there looking like slip named Pimp, a pimp named Slipback.
Lick back.
One day I'm gonna get some braids up here. You know what I'm saying?
You can get them stitched in now.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing
So
that.
what's thinking 2022?
So what up?
Some of these topics.
So what up?
I said, so what's going on with some of these topics, man? This child support debate.
Man, listen, bro. Did you see the video?
No, I missed the video.
Man, you gotta check out the video, man. It's a woman. I'm not gonna say if she gay or not because I can't really say, but she looks like she is. But she's saying that men do not want to give child support to the child's mother because they no longer have access to her and can no longer have sex with her.
I did see that. And
So
that's true.
Say what up?
I said I did see that, and that's very true.
Man, you a fucking lie. Ain't no fucking ain't no way. Okay.
You're telling me that
okay. You
as
know
a
what?
man,
That
you have
is
to
your
pay-
opinion. That's
no.
your
You're
opinion.
telling me as a man, and you got to pay child support, and every time you pay child support, your baby mama's like, "I'm gonna put it on you." It's not gonna make giving up that check a little bit easier.
No, because I can't even visualize that happening. Like, if I'm being 100% honest, no, it's not happening for me, bro. I'm on child support and I'm good. There's no way. That door, like, okay, like you seen those cartoons where he's shutting like 10, 20, 30, 40 doors? That's me. Just shutting them.
What if she I feel like she's speaking more to like the type of dude that got 5 baby mamas. And he's giving out.
No. I honestly, I think she's speaking to the guy, to the baby father or the baby daddy, that that him and her, they're still dealing with each other, but she cut him off because he's playing games and he's still on child support. I think that's the type of person she's talking to, the people that are in that entanglement.
Love is such a tragic game, man.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't want to be real. That's why.
We done had wars and people done died over love.
I mean, technically, that's why most of the wars, yeah.
Romeo and Juliet, the war of Troy over Elena. I'm pretty sure Adam and Eve had something to do with love. That's what happened.
Actually, I blame Adam. And I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to blame Adam. What? But, we've been down that road with that story, which is a very interesting story between Adam and Eve. Super interesting. But looking at the Bible, it says that Adam and Eve, they were created at the same time. Man and woman were created at the same time. And then chapter 2, it talks about how Adam became lonely. So God put him in a deep sleep, and then he took one of his ribs. Boom, Eve.
I'm so lonely. Then he saw Eve and started singing, "Flesh of my flesh." I think he's like genuine when he did it.
No,
bone of my bone.
I don't think music was out back then, but I understand where you're going.
I'm pretty sure they was beating on some rocks or something. It was probably just the majesticness of the natural earth, animals chirping. I know the birds was chirping, dog. They was giving a beautiful hymn.
Uh, oh, and actually, I'm so glad you came over because I actually missed the topic, bro. I missed a very important topic: blame versus accountability.
It's all that.
Completely missed that topic. That's a big one. Blame versus accountability. What do you think is the difference, man?
Um, when you
Wait,
blame,
stop. Wait, stop. Can can people that are viewing this and also the chat just look at how smooth this brother looking, bro? Like, boy, boy, look at the braids. What he got on the shades ain't no sun. I, it's there's no sun. He's not outside, but he got on the shades, okay. And then look, boy, he got on the shirt. What, boy, this is straight from the '90s, man. Can somebody appreciate this brother, man?
that's
You
why I
gotta.
pulled up on the culture corner. Just got off work, just got the braids done. I literally just got out the barber's chair. Said, okay, this was meant to be tonight. I'm telling you, when I saw you was posting the episode tonight, my jaw dropped. Let's go.
Man, I've been MIA, man. I had to work on some shit. But yeah, man, blame versus accountability, bro. What you think about that? What do you think blame versus accountability is?
Blame is running away from responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
When you can't, there's no situation in life where someone is involved in and they have absolutely nothing to do with it.
Mm.
Right? Whether we're at work and somebody effed up, you weren't checking safety protocols, you weren't following the regulations, you weren't doing that. Guess what? We kind of all tied into this.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship, any type of thing. Both people have to, create that vibration. And if you blaming somebody instead of being accountable, realizing.
Mm. I have to agree, but blame versus accountability, it's a little different when you're applying that to yourself, right?
Right.
So let's say, like when like a situation happens and you have to, oh, we lost Ron. Yeah, we lost Ron. Ron, where you at, bro? Okay, so I'm gonna just continue on because Ron's having technical difficulty. But I hear something, but I don't see nothing. So when it comes to blame versus accountability, when it comes to self, now what Ron is saying, now that's completely true. I'd rather blame another person for doing whatever they did instead of taking accountability of the part that I had to play in that scenario. Completely true. But when it comes to yourself, it's more detrimental. When you decide to blame yourself versus holding yourself accountable, those are two different things. Because when you blame yourself, you skip all the steps of growth and just go straight to an answer. But truthfully, that's not the answer you need to. Like that's not the answer you actually need to be in. That's not where you should stay. You haven't done any other work. You just skipped over everything just to say, you know what, I have to do better. I shouldn't have did that. I have to do better. Versus when you are holding yourself accountable, it's a conversation. When you hold yourself accountable, you acknowledge what you've done, but you have a conversation with yourself by taking responsibility. Why did I do that? Why does this make me feel this way? Why do I need to be better? That's the conversation you have because then that's when the action sticks. It creates a habit, and once you do this over a course of period of time, that helps you move in the right direction. My word tonight is move. If y'all ain't noticed, but move in the right direction. And once you're able to move in the right direction, you are able to grow. And yeah, and Raven, she says blame stands in the way of progress. Accountability says yes to growth. Yes, when you blame, is you are putting up a barrier against your growth. I am stopping myself from seeing the truth because I just want to do this and not really grow. And that's what a lot of people do. It's easy to say, dang, I need to do better. And don't and they have no plan on how to be better. None whatsoever. But when you're holding yourself accountable, you move in a very mature way. You move in a very mature direction. And it's a very intentional direction. Because when you hold yourself accountable, you are now holding yourself responsible for what happens next. You are moving responsibly. You are governing your own expectations, etc., etc. So blaming helps nobody. Blaming only literally took the words out of our mouth. Blame makes you a victim, and accountability assumes power. When you take upon the role of a victim, you become powerless. When you take on the role of the victim, you don't really have a point, or you really don't. You are no longer the main character of your story. You are the side character. You really are moving in a very important way. Versus when you hold yourself accountable, you are you are the main character. Boy, he back.
I'm back. That was the boss calling. Work was calling.
Boy, the shades and braids back. So so yeah, I was just talking to him about blame versus accountability when it comes to self. So if you blame yourself versus holding yourself accountable, you cannot move responsibly. When you blame yourself, you skip all over the steps that are necessary for growth. You just go straight to the end. It's like opening a book and looking at the first chapter and reading the last page. You have no idea what happens in the middle. That's blame. But when you hold yourself accountable, you read all the way through that, all the way through. And then you're able to gain what you need to gain, and then you can move differently. So when somebody comes at you with that same situation, they can't hold you the way they held you before. They can't drain your energy the way that they did before, because now you know exactly what to do. Or you simply won't even go in that direction. And I know as men, that's something that we have to do, holding ourselves accountable, going through the stages of understanding what we got to do as men, as fathers, providers, protectors,
Preach.
and also letting the people in our lives know if if they're doing something that is against us, then we gotta let them know. Gotta let them know.
Words of affirmation and correction.
Define your destiny, bro. Define your destiny. So
Well, it's been fun jumping on here for a couple minutes. Um, Culture Corner Thursdays in ritual. Let's keep taking it up to the next level, bro.
for
So
sure.
proud of everything that I'm seeing you do. You know, if you ever need me on a single Thursday, I'm down. Let's put something together, a real jump off, get some guests coming through, have a whole big blowout. I'll holla at you. I'm gonna stay tapped in on the comments.
For sure.
Bring
Appreciate
us
it.
home strong. Let me
Yes,
go deal
sir.
with these bad A kids.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, bro. Love
Love you, man. But yeah, man. Um, as um as I was saying, Ron definitely a solid dude. He's definitely helped me grow in a lot of ways when it comes to podcasts, life, etc. And I'm taking a lot throughout this journey. So I myself used to blame myself for for situations, but I would never hold myself accountable. Because when you hold yourself accountable, you move with action. And then when you're moving with action, you are moving in a masculine way. That's the masculine energy. The internal energy are the thoughts, understanding the feelings, moving through these emotions, these things. That's that feminine energy. But the masculine is when you change your actions and you move in a different direction in your life, and not just for you, but also the people that can benefit from you, the people that you provide for. So that's my whole purpose, and that's why I wanted to start this platform, is to help people see that you can move, and that's why everybody has both feminine and masculine energy. But it's all about you as a person, what you are balanced with and aligned with. What does your balance look like? So that's why I wanted to create something to help people see that you have to define your own balance. One of the hardest things that one of the hardest things that you can teach a person is who they are, because you can share all this knowledge with them. All I mean, you can share so much with them when it comes to knowledge, enlightenment, uh, different experiences, etc. But that person has to understand who they are to figure out what that means to them, and that's only something that they can do. So I wanted to provide an avenue where people can walk and just be free and discover what they need and what they are. So a lot of things coming in 2022. And I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, a lot of things coming in 2022," but for me, I truly do mean that a lot of things are coming for me this year, for the people in my life this year, walking in alignment to manifest these things. I I only want to walk in the purpose of the direction of abundance. That's it. Living in abundance is my goal. I don't always think that way, but I know that I am. So, ending it on the affirmation of the week, define your destiny. And I want to thank everyone that tuned in. Thank you, Ron, for tuning in, for jumping on the live. Um, Next week, we'll have another episode. And also on Friday, we'll have the first episode of the ritual that will be posted on all streaming platforms. You can go to the ritual page on Facebook, and it's spelled, and I also put it in the chat. I'll actually pin it in the chat. And let's see. And also, it's not just in the chat. Oh, that's me. And also, it's just not on Facebook. I'm also on TikTok, uh, Instagram, and YouTube. So, um, but yeah, but thank you, everyone. Okay, I'm just putting it in the chat. But yeah, you are able to find me at Enrichment on all social media platforms. Thank y'all once again for tuning in, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.